Hi guys, this is my very first tabletop review, and it is going to be on the Tops Ghostrider folding knife. The reason why I'm doing it on this particular knife is because I happen to have it out. It's pretty rare. Not a whole lot of people have actually ever seen this knife, and I'm actually sending it off to a lucky buyer in California. So I just thought I would take a video of it before I sent it out. Again, like I said, this is the Tops Ghostrider folder. It was released in the very late 90s, early 2000s. From what I can tell, it's pretty rare. There's not a whole lot of information about this knife out on the internet, but from what I can tell, it was released somewhere around the early 2000s, maybe 99. I see a little bit of talk about it in 2002, 2003, so I know it was still in production probably right around 02, 03. I think it was discontinued around 04. I don't believe a lot of these knives were made. I think it's a pretty rare knife and made in limited quantities. But I do know that it was made both in the Tanto point and in a Hunter point, also called or also known as a modified clip point, very similar to a kind of a modified spear point, but more of a clip point. The blade steel that Tops used on this knife is 154 cm, and 154 cm is an American-made stainless steel, and one of the qualities of 154 cm is that it has great corrosion resistance and very good toughness, so it has a great edge holding ability. It's been compared to S30V, not quite as I wouldn't say it quite as tough as S30V. S30V obviously more high-tech and has more carbides in it. Let's get to the review, and I'll tell you a little more about the steel and a little more about the handle material and why this knife is rare. The handle is G10, and it's a honeycomb pattern, otherwise known as dimpled pattern. It's a tip of the hat to Rob Simonich. Actually, Tops, when they released this, said that they were using a Rob Simonich style honeycomb on the handle material, the G10 handle material. It makes the handle material a little lighter weight. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but it is a little lighter weight, still retaining some toughness in the G10 handle material. Definitely grippy. If your hands are wet, it definitely helps hold on to the knife and give you a little bit of texture on the knife. It feels nice. It's nice and tactile. The overall length of this knife is 9 3/4 of an inch, and the length of the blade tip all the way to pivot point is 4 1/4. As you can tell, it is semi-serrated or partially serrated. The thickness of the blade is 5/32, fairly thick blade. I've seen thicker, but it's definitely not going to bend, that's for sure. It's a pretty thick blade. The pivot pin on this knife is actually a 1/4 inch in diameter pivot pin. That was one of the selling points or marketing points of this knife. And the liners are a stainless steel liner. It's actually 17-4 pH, which gives it the unusual color, almost brass or copper color, but it is stainless steel liners. And there's some nice jimping both on the back of the handle and up close to the blade, but not on the blade. So you can definitely choke up on this knife and definitely get some purchase on it. The thumb stud, stainless steel on the blade, is ambidextrous. You can take it off and put it on the other side. The clip is a stainless steel, heavy duty, very heavy duty clip. The total weight of this knife is approximately 5 ounces. The G10 making it a little bit lighter. The again, mentioning the blade steel is 154 cm, and it was heat treated by Paul Bos or Bose, either B-O-S, Bos or Bose. He used to have a heat treating company, I guess, or heat treating manufacturer in the Buck plant. He did a lot of heat treating for Buck, as well as a lot of heat treating on his own for other knives. Rockwell hardness of 60. Very well made blade. Great tempering and hardness by Paul Bos again. Blade color, Tops said when it was released, is tactical gray. Non-reflective, looks like a kind of a light bead blasted or sand blasted non-reflective finish. And the knife actually comes with a what they called a belt leather sheath, pocket clip on it. This is nice thick heavy duty leather. Comes with the Tops tag. And the whole package fits in the sheath, closes, fits on your belt very nicely. Nice tight clip. Definitely a large tactical folder. I wouldn't say necessarily it's an EDC, everyday carry, but for the people out in the field, I would say that this would be everything you would ever need. Definitely a heavy-duty blade. It's going to last a lifetime. I wouldn't say you'd ever have any problem with a pivot pin, and if you did, I'm sure Tops would stand behind it and take care of you. Again, very heavy-duty, and I'd like to compare it to a Strider XL. This is a Strider SNG XL, the extra large Strider, and I would say that it is the exact same length, definitely lighter weight, and a little thicker than the Strider. But it is again a very large, very well built, heavy duty, real tight lockup knife, easy to open. And just to compare this G10 material to a Rob Simonich Mid-Tech, this is a Mid-Tech Raven, and this is the honeycomb effect or the dimpling on the Simonich Raven that Rob was very well known for when he was alive. Nice honeycombing of the G10, just as on this Ghostrider folder. Well, that about wraps it up. I appreciate your time and patience, and again, as I said, this was my very first tabletop video. I hope you like it, and Please leave your comments, questions. I'll be happy to answer any questions, and be nice in your comments. Thank you very much.